educated, should be educated. Kansas Territory will be a better place if women and people of color are educated. As it stands now, we have no way of having a voice for our needs.
We take care of your needs, man.
He was gone constantly. He did not provide for us. And to add insult to injury, when I dared to divorce him, as law would have it throughout the land, my husband gained custody of my children, our children. I was left with clothes on my back and no more. And I witnessed my own children running through the street, hungry, dirty, their clothes torn, and very many times they were sick.
Because you divorced him, madam.
Talk about provision from a man. Now, my work in Kansas consists of women and people of color gaining education. For you see, an educated person cannot be kept in the station of life that they've been allotted. My dream is to see to it that we all gain an education,
Sheriff, what is this?
that we all gain the right to vote, and that we all live the same quality of life. I have lobbied at the Wyandotte Constitutional Convention. I made some progress there for those of us who don't have the rights afforded to men, white men. And while my efforts fell far short of my dreams, I would say to you, we need to have Kansas be a free state. It will be a better state, and it will have a strong and vibrant population.
Bring us the ruin, madam.
Sir, an educated person will not bring a hardship upon their people.
Place for everything, madam, and everything for its place.
And sir, the winds of change are blowing.
Well, I don't remember everything, but I tell you what, I can as near right as possible. On this plantation, been about 100 head. Cooking was done in fireplaces and iron pots, and food was plenty of peas and green beans, cornbread, and coffee. Old master, he fed us, but he didn't care what and where, just as long as we got that money. And when there was 5 or 6 bales of cotton, he said, "That ain't nothing." Now, just listen. Now, I tell you what, I can, but I don't want to make no mistakes. I want to
James B. Abbott, and my husband is Mr. James B. Abbott. We live in a house on Coal Creek in southern Douglas County. Our house consisted of a basement and a ground floor. The basement had curtains over the windows so that when I drew them, no one could see who was inside. We thought it made our house ideal for the underground railroad.
No. And I ain't mad.
Shame on you.
No, sir, no, ma'am, that is not a shame. That is in fact not the real shame. Let me tell you what the real shame is here today. The real shame is that these folks from places outside of our area, from places in New England and in the north, the shame of it is that they have come here to cram their peculiar ideas down our throats. I ask you that ever took place in this country. It's called the Kansas-Nebraska Act. The Kansas-Nebraska Act established the right of each territory to determine for itself how it should come into the Union, whether slave or free. For itself. The boy born of the voice of the people, popular sovereignty. Now, the only one that has the right to determine how it is that we should come into the Union is not these damned abolitionists, not these people from the New England Aid Society, but by the very people who stand on good Kansas soil. They claim that Missouri is trying to make Kansas into a slave state, and I tell you, nothing could be further from the truth. We have brought our slaves over here. It's something necessary for our own good. It's something that is good for them as well. And they have no purpose whatsoever in speaking their lives and sharing their curiosity. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are playing for a mighty stake. When Kansas comes into the territory, into the territory, it must come in as a pro-slavery state. I urge you, fellow brother and sister motor ruffians, do not rest until you have drawn your daggers and bathed them in the black blood of these evildoers.
I'm the wife of Elijah Green, and we live here in this lovely